Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Beloved brothers and sisters, let me start with a question. Which month are we in? Sorry? Muharram, na'am. Year 1440? 1445, na'am. 1445. This is the first month of the Islamic calendar referred to as Al-Am Al-Hijri, based on the lunar system, which is about 10 to 11 days shorter than the solar, which is based on the sun. Now the sun, the circulation within that time of 365 is persistence. But because the lunar calendar, which is based on moon, is 10, 11, 12 days, just around 11 on average, is shorter. That's why you see, because we have this calendar which we follow all over the world, and based on that, that is based on January, February, ila akhirihi, you will see that always we keep on coming back. The solar system is which brings the season. So December is always supposed to be summer in New Zealand. And it differs from northern hemisphere to southern, as you know. So wherever, if for example somewhere January is winter, it is always going to be winter there. Drop in temperatures or a little bit less, that's different, but it will be summer or winter as it is. But when it comes to the lunar calendar, that does not bring the season, the temperature, the climate and stuff like that, and that's why you would not find those kind of changes there. So we fast sometimes in summer and at times in winter and at times in between. Shahrullah al-Muharram, the month of al-Muharram. Islamically, we do not celebrate or make it an occasion that the new year has arrived or the end of the year has happened. We don't do those things. We don't greet people on this occasion as such, but reminders related to it. Look, another year has finished and another one is coming. It's okay. It's exactly like Ramadan is arriving. We start to warn people, prime them up, get them ready for the month of Ramadan. Then we tell people Ramadan is here. What you guys are doing, man? Come on, brothers, let's wake up. Then you find yourself in Ramadan, and then the Ramadan goes away. We keep on reminding people Ramadan has gone. Did you achieve anything in Ramadan? Exactly like that when the month of Zulhijjah comes. So talking about Muharram from this perspective is nothing wrong. What we want to know about Muharram, the first month of the Islamic calendar as per decision, why this month has got so much of significance or why it is there. First of all, if Allah Azza wa Jalla mandates something that this is this, we accept it without any question and without any doubt. The only thing is that you are allowed to verify and find out, is that what really it is which you understood from certain command? That much na'am. Once you establish that this is what the fact is, you have to accept it as it is. Also, when you find a command, anything, it's not about Muharram, anything Islamic, then you always say, if there is any element of doubt or you are not sure, you say, Ya Allah, amantu wa saddaqtu, I believe in it, and my belief in it is based on what Allah you intend, not my intention. I may be wrong, Ya Allah. My submission to Islam is the way you want it to be. Because Islam in its totalness, we miss out on so many things in the duration of our lifetime when we practice Islam. So you accept Islam the way Allah wants it. You have shortfalls, that is not intentional. Sins are different. Sins at times are by mistake, at times it's out of lack of iman, weakness of iman, all these things, but still it will be considered a sin on you if you do it intentionally, knowingly, and ila akhirih. Shahrullah al-Muharram, the month of Muharram, as I said, is the beginning of the Islamic calendar. Allah Azza wa Jalla has chosen 4 months as sacred months. Shahrul al-Ashhurul Hurum, the sacred months. And that is from the word of haram. Haram, which means something which is prohibited. So we have got Dhul Qa'dah, Dhul Hijjah in Muharram, and Rajab. 4 months. These 4 are sacred months. Dhul Qa'dah, Dhul Hijjah, and Muharram, in which we are, and another one is Rajab, which is before Sha'ban. There are certain rules and regulations which differs in this month. Among those, jihad, battles, as it is prohibited to fight in this month. So the scholars, they discuss whether it is still valid or not, this legislation. So there are those who consider that yes, it is still valid, the prohibition. So you do not start a battle with someone, Islamic acceptable battle, unless they start. The other is no, it is mansukh, meaning that it is abrogated and there is no restriction to any specific month in which you are not allowed to do jihad. When you say unless they start, this is naturally where it comes to defensive mode. You do not do the offensive mode, you start it on your own, unless you know that they are preparing to attack you. That will become defensive. Even though you may go and attack, still it will come under that category. Wallahu a'lamu bisawab. So this is among the significance of this beautiful month of Ramadan. The other thing is the fasting. This is what is our most important concern of the day, of the time, of the season of the month of Muharram. We as Muslims, what are we supposed to do in this month? This is where it comes handy to know. Fasting in the month of Al-Muharram. أفضل الصيام بعد رمضان شهر الله المحرم كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم, that the best of the fast is the fasting in the month of Muharram after the fast in Ramadan. So this is where it shows the importance of fasting. Now, we know seasonal fasting. One, of course, it is Ramadan. Then, when I say seasonal, what I really meant by that is those occasional fasting where some form or a lot of emphasis has been given to it by Sharia, such as the 6th of Shawwal. In one of my lectures, I mentioned that the 6th of Shawwal, to complete the entire 12 months, because the rewards are 10 times. So Ramadan is 10 months, the next 6 days will be another 2 months. And that is where the meaning could be understood from Kaman Sama Dahra Kullah, as if he has fasted the entire year. Dahr can be a specific time, it can be your whole life, it can mean a year, and this is what it indicates here. Wallahu alam. Then I explained that scholars, they do discuss, is it only you have to complete those 6 in Shawwal, or if it is done any time before the next Ramadan comes, you will be included in that, inshallah. If you go and see the illah, the reason been given for that 6, Kaman Sama Dahra Kullah, that the rewards of 2 months, and that equals to 6 days. So it can apply any time. It's not specific, though the word Shawwal is mentioned. Is it only if you fast in Shawwal, then you get the rewards of 10 days? The answer is no, it can be any time. That's why there are scholars who have considered any time from after Ramadan till the beginning of next Ramadan. If you are able to complete your 6, you will be as if kaman sama dahra kullah. So for those who missed, for whatever valid or non-valid reasons, you still have got lots of months to cover up in. Another 8 months, barakallahu fikum. This was just a sidekick as a reminder. This is related to fasting those 6 days. So this is another occasion. Then we have got 2 more important before the Sha'ban, and that is Yawm Arafah. أحتسب على الله أن يكفر السنة التي قبله والتي بعده. When you fast Yawm Arafah, your 2 years of sins are, mashallah, forgiven and gone in khalas. Alhamdulillah. Then you have this Muharram, the 10th of Muharram. أحتسب على الله أن يكفر السنة التي قبله. So 1 past year of your sins are forgiven by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, pardoned. Now the question is, what about those people who don't have sins? We cannot claim that, it's quite obvious what we are, but just in case someone is smart enough to say that, and you should be smart, you should be asking this question, then it will always be raf'ud darajat. Your status will be elevated, your sins are forgiven, your darajat will be elevated bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. You will get a better place, you become a better believer, you have more rewards, you go more nearer to Allah Azza wa Jalla. So these are, and then of course Sha'ban. We already have been trying to fast in Sha'ban as many days as possible. So Shahrullah al-Muharram is a month which is sacred. It is a month in which there is Al-Ashura, which we fast, which I'm going to come to. So Al-Ashura is what we focus on for the day, importance of fasting on this day. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, 1 year of your sins are forgiven. Now, what is Al-Ashura? Al-Ashura, based on Quran and Sunnah, is the 10th of Muharram, the 10th day of Muharram. For us, inshallah, we take the sighting of our local. Based on that, our Ashura is Saturday. And in many countries, it is Friday. So when you fast, you get the rewards. Barakallahu fikum. قدم رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم المدينة فوجد اليهود يصومون يوم العاشوراء. When he came to Medina, he sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he saw the Jews, they were fasting the 10th of Muharram. So he asked them, wanted to know what is their reason for fasting. They said that this is the Yom هذا يوم نجى الله موسى وقومه من فرعون وجنده. That this is the day on which Allah Azza wa Jalla protected and saved and granted victory to Musa and his followers over Fir'aun and his soldiers. So this is the day on which the sea parted and Musa and his people were on the other side, and then Fir'aun, he entered with his army and they got caught up in that sea. So this is what is the day. So كانوا يصومون شكرا لله. They were fasting it, thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فقال عليه الصلاة والسلام نحن أولى بموسى منكم فأمر بصيامه. فقال عليه الصلاة والسلام, that he said sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, we أولى بموسى منكم, we deserve Musa more than you, meaning we are the real followers of Musa, we are the ones who are the real friends of Musa, we deserve Musa more than you, so we are going to fast. And he ordered, in fact, فأمر بصيامه, he ordered people to fast, the Sahabas. فصامه موسى شكرا ونحن نصومه فنحن نصومه. Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, he used to fast that in a way to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and show his appreciation to Allah of the victory which Allah granted him. And he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, فَنَحْنُ نَسُومُهُ, so we are going to do, and they used to fast. So Siyam Yawm Ashura, in the life span of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, marrat bi marahil, it went through stages. يوم عاشوراء كانت عاشوراء يوما تصومه قريش في الجاهلية. يوما تصومه قريش في الجاهلية. The people of Quraysh in the days of ignorance, before even Islam, they used to fast al-Ashura. وَكَانَ النَّبِيُّ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وسلم يَصُومُهُ. And he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam also used to fast, before Islam even. فَلَمَّا قَدِمَ الْمَدِينَ صَامَهُ وَأَمَرَ النَّاسَ بِصِيَامِهِ. So when he arrived in Medina, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he continued fasting al-Ashura. And he ordered the people to fast. Once the month of Ramadan was mandated, which was in the second year of Hijrah, so there was very limited time of Muharram, because it was straight after, by very limited time, that Ramadan became wajib. Once it became wajib, he started to fast Ramadan, that is wajib and nothing else. And he left the siyam of Ashura. فَمَنْ شَاءَ صَامَهُ وَمَنْ شَاءَ أَفْتَرَ. So people, they were left to their own. Whoever wanted to fast, ahlan wa sahlan, most welcome. And those who do not, it was okay. لأنه صلى الله عليه وسلم قال فمن شاء صام ومن فليصم ومن شاء أفطر. Then the next stage to that, you may say, when he came sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he saw the people of Ahlul Kitab, the Jews, fasting around, and they used to respect this particular day, Al-Ashura, and he sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to love to follow Ahlul Kitab over Al-Mushrikun, the pagans, in things which was, there was no evidence in Quran or Sunnah, but it wasn't anything which was wrong. So he sallallahu alaihi wasallam continued fasting. But then Ramadan came, and after that, as you know, he gave that as an option, and he said, Inna Ashura Yamun min Ayyamillah, faman sha'a samahu wa man sha'a tarakahu. It is one of the days of Allah, the 10th of Muharram. For whomever wishes to fast can do so, and whoever does not want to, it is okay. Then the finale stage of this Al-Ashura happened. As you know that he disliked following exactly the footsteps of Ahlul Kitab. And because they were fasting one day, he made this intention that if I will live the next year, for the next year, meaning being alive, I will aid at-Tasu'a, the 9th. And he died, alayhi salatu wasalam, before fulfilling that wish, alayhi salatu wasalam. And from here it is that the scholars, they have differed. Of course, Al-Ashura is one night, but if you add one either before or after, 9th or 11th, and if you want to fast all 3 days, there is no restriction to it, or you want to fast most of the month of Muharram, ahlan wa sahlan wa barakallahu fikum. So this is related to Al-Muharram, the Sunnah. It is an important month. The 10th Al-Ashura is important to fast. You get the rewards of the removal of your sins, being forgiven and pardoned for 1 year of your previous life, 1 year past year. And it is the day on which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected and saved Musa and his people from Fir'aun and his soldiers. And it is a day which he sallallahu alaihi wasallam fasted and encouraged us to fast. This is it, Al-Ashura. However, people have innovations related to this. I will mention those quickly. Some of those points may be touched tomorrow in Khutbah al-Jum'ah. Among those, the Yahud, they used to take this as a season of celebration, and Eid, like an Eid. So they will celebrate, as people, they celebrate their occasions in their own style. And part of that would be al-hinna and all those kind of original stuffs which people, they used to do, makeup and all these new clothings and plays and whatever. And many people, they even do it today under whichever banner Ashabul Bid'ah they do. They celebrate this Muharram, this Ashura for various reasons. And all of these are bid'ah. We should keep away from it, and we should not do any of those. So even to do ibadah, act of worship, you only do which is prescribed in the Sunnah, and that is Siyam. Anything else abnormal from that, say for example, you do not pray Qiyamul Layl, on this day you want to pray whole night, not because you got energy and you drank some tea, but just because it is Al-Ashura, then don't do it. If you are able to correct your intention, mashallah, then do it, but not because it is Al-Ashura. Also among those things, to go and buy shopping in Rup Darshan or somewhere else, I'm not advertising, just giving you an example of what I'm saying, that if you need to go and do shopping just because, why, you brother, you are busy, yeah, I'm in Rup Darshan, what are you doing? Don't you know tomorrow is Ashura, we need to buy new clothes? Don't do that. You will be saving some money anyway. And also among those things, you know, the wives and the girls, they put henna and khirab and all these things, getting ready because it is Ashura. All of these are things which is totally forbidden. Among those, of course, what people they do, because this is the day on which Al-Hussein ibn Ali ibn Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was murdered, radiyallahu ta'ala anhu wa anhum ajma'een. And whatever they do, mourning and things, which I will mention tomorrow in Khutbatul Jum'ah, Islam has got nothing to do with it. Barakallahu fikum. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the hidayah, the guidance. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us guided. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the strength of iman. May Allah make it easy on us to fast the current days for the sake of Allah, and our sins be removed from us. Ameen. Jazakumullah khairan. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.